how you can live stream legally without pissing off the apps.
Okay guys, this is a park that my friends, when we were teenagers, they would come here and drink. So there was a famous movie shot here, and I'm wondering if any of you guys know what movie that was. And this particular caterpillar was in the movie. But I'm gonna move to another spot because these parents over here are looking at me like I'm crazy. I suppose this is a camping spot now? That's where I was over there. Do you guys still know? Do you know what movie this is yet? Tell me in the comments. You can see downtown LA from up here even though it's 30 miles away. There it is. Downtown LA. The movie that I'm talking about was shot all over this neighborhood.
Recording people on your Uber drives. What can you record? What are the laws? I would say just don't do it if you don't want to take any risk. Because the truth is, even if you follow the laws, the apps might deactivate you. One party and two-party consent states. Now, California is a two-party consent state. That means you need to have everybody's permission. In a one-party consent state, you don't need permission. What we need to talk about is privacy laws. Now, privacy laws were created to protect people. Remember when Donald Sterling lost the Clippers because he said some bad things about Magic Johnson on the phone? Well, that was a private conversation, but he still lost the Clippers over it. So that goes to show you that these privacy laws get very complicated. Now, you're not allowed to record anyone. The most important part is their voice. You can video anybody in public. You can take pictures as long as they're in public, but you cannot record a private conversation, even in public. Even if it's somebody giving a speech at an event, you can't just record that and post it on YouTube. If somebody just has a benign conversation with somebody and you post it on YouTube and all they said was, "Oh yeah, I went to the movies yesterday." Well, that's probably not going to be a problem unless like their wife finds out that they were cheating on them or they end up getting fired from their job. Of course, you did break the law. You weren't allowed to post their audio or their video if they were in your car. Are they really going to go through the trouble of getting an attorney and suing you because you put them on YouTube saying that you went to the movies yesterday? So that's the way I look at it, you know. If I'm going to post somebody on my channel, I'm definitely going to get their permission. Really, you need it in writing. Now, YouTube has a process for people that show up in creators' videos that never intended to be there. It will make them take the video down. If you don't get it in writing, there's really even video permission of them saying like, okay, yeah, I'll be in your YouTube video. You still may have to take the video down. You really need it in writing, which I don't always do. You could do like the news does. They use hidden cameras, right? But they'll disguise the person's voice and they blur their face. It's really important that you don't reveal people's private information. That is critical. And for the live streamers out there, it's even harder for you. You could spend time going over and editing, make sure things are blurred, make sure there's no private information being displayed. But live streamers, it happens all the time by accident. And this could be really, really a terrible thing to put somebody through. So how you can live stream legally without pissing off the apps. So this is what I suggest. You take your camera, whatever camera you're using for live streaming, you put it in the middle of the car and you point it at you like this. Now, when the passengers get in the car, they're going to be like, why is this camera pointed at me? So you explain to them like, yeah, I'm live streaming my trips and they maybe trip out about it, you just tell them like, you know, look, the audio is muted. It's just showing me driving along. It makes me feel a little safer during my day. And you know, people will be like, hey, you know, the camera's not pointed at me and there's no audio being recorded. Nothing to complain about. Now, if they're into it and they're really curious, you could have this thing on a swivel and go ahead and unmute it if they say it's okay, and let them turn the camera towards them and do their thing. Maybe even put the chat back there so they can read it. But beware, the chat can get a little bit nasty, and I don't know if you want your passengers seeing what's being said in the chat. Probably not. Don't let the passengers see the chat. The reason we have dash cameras is to protect us. Now, if you get in an accident with a criminal, or you pick up a criminal and something bad happens and they want to start getting rid of evidence and they notice that you have a dash cam, they're going to want to grab that dash cam or get the SD card out of it or something. So make it easy for them. I suggest getting a Cobra. It's not a very expensive dash cam. With my Cobra, when I'm driving, the screen's always on. So they're going to notice that camera before my professional Blackview dash camera. And they might grab that Cobra or the SD card and never even notice the Blackview dash camera. So that's why I recommend having a decoy dash camera. Hopefully one of you put the right answer as to what movie was filmed here. If you did know the answer to that, I give you a ton of credit because I did not give you much information. So whoever got this right, you guys are good. I already have an idea of where the next movie spot's gonna be.